side. Goddamn. Goddamn. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have a goddamn pretty eye me take though.
Damn, shit, you doing another show for 3 hours?
I can't deny her though. She's my bestie. She's my bestie. That's my bestie. Your pair of eyes had me paralyzed. Toxic nigga, but you made me to a better guy. Smoke, but with you on forever, ever. I can watch you all day, girl, like you televised. You think like this nigga, they ain't never lied. I lived the bitches alone, I had to pick a side. Look in your eyes, girl, you were hypnotized. Of course, it was your breasts, hips, and them damn thighs. Close my eyes, I'm still mesmerized. To get mad at my bestie, I tried. That's my bestie. My pretty.
I heard she's the one. She's got it going on. That's my pretty eyes, baby. Yeah, yeah. She don't take no mess. My bestie is the best. That's my pretty eyes, baby. Yeah, yeah. I heard she's the one. She's got it going on. That's my pretty eyes, baby.
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if anybody heard my my intro or not, but anyways, I'm here. What's up, Daniel? I need an audio check. Is everything cool? Because this is weird. It's acting weird today. Okay, but I wanted to play this from earlier while we're waiting for verdict.
Alrighty. All right, we'll go on the record in Mr. Nayer's case. He is not present. Mr. Tacopina, yes, you waive your client's presence for purposes?
Yes.
All right, 2 issues that we're going to deal with. One is the allegation that Mr. Tacopina violated the gag order. The other is the defense position that Mr. Lewin misled the jury in his summation. The first issue regarding the gag order, I don't need any response from anybody. I don't want any response from anybody. I was forwarded the part that was believed that Mr. Tacopina violated the gag order, and I listened to it a number of times, and I wrote it down word for word. And this is what Mr. Tacopina said when he was interviewed by, so last name Baden?
Yes. Kenny Baden. The Kenny Baden.
That's Kenney. I'm not sure how to spell last name.
Okay, hold on. Like, I just, at this point, I feel like they're grasping at straws. He wants to cry about anything and everything. He knows things haven't gone his way. He doesn't like the fact that Joe is very vocal. Mr. ASAP Taco is very vocal about what he about this case. He thinks it's frivolous criminal suit. It's a frivolous civil suit. There's nothing wrong with that. So why you're trying to stifle him because things aren't going your way, you act like a big baby. Okay, let's continue then.
Her partner is
Michael
Brian. Right. Ms. Baden asked you if you could comment on what was said at the sidebar, and this is what you said. There is one part of the gag order still in effect. Actually, that's not right. There was only one part of the gag order.
Yeah.
But anyway, there is one part of the gag order still in effect, and it has to do with a particular sidebar conference that we had regarding the question that you are asking about right now. In that regard, I can't really speak to anything the judge said at the sidebar during Relly's testimony. I do not believe that that is a violation of the gag order. That's the ruling. I don't need any response from anybody else, from anybody. All right, the motion filed by the defense. I've read the motion. Mr. Lewin, do you want to respond?
The motion's absurd. It's being done clearly, as was the interview, to attempt to sway the jury. It's interesting that after telling the court repeatedly and counsel on the record that he would not be doing any interviews during the pendency of this trial, that the day before the jury deliberates, he does.
No. I'm done with that.
I'm explaining the motion. The motion, number one, sets out two apparently issues. One,
The judge doesn't want to hear it, and yet you still think you need to explain. The judge is over it. He heard what he heard. He doesn't need you to cry baby. He doesn't need you to whine about it. What's the problem with you taking a ruling for what it is and stop debating, stop crying, stop. Sometimes you win rulings, sometimes you don't. You lost this one, so. Anyways, okay.
one is that he is trying to say that I intentionally switched photographs. Now I'm going to show them up to the court. It's patently absurd. Just so it's clear, I got in this case extremely late. I was on the case basically. I started the day before trial. So I had the exhibits from my co-counsel. The exhibit list that I had, he had a number of photos of the victim's fingers, the injury that he had.
Okay, it doesn't matter if you just barely got on the case. Maybe you shouldn't take cases unless you know exactly what is going on. And of course you want to blame your partner. Your partner is the only civil person that has been on this case. Honestly, I felt like you ruined this case for your partner. Just being honest.
The exhibit that I had and that I used in closing, although it was on his exhibit list that he gave me, it's not the photo that he used. But just so it's clear, Mr. President, just so it's clear, both photos, this is the correct exhibit, as the court is aware, and this exhibit basically shows the injury to the finger. This is People's 17. I used a photo which also shows his hand with the injuries, thinking that was the exhibit that was used. As the court is aware, does the court need me to come up to the court to examine them or not? They're showing the same thing. There's absolutely no prejudice. It's absurd.
And I know that's correct.
Yes. Regarding the second issue, let me be clear about this. We admitted People's 15. I had no part in gathering those videos. I got them from my co-counsel. Both parties, both the defense and the people, slowed down their respective exhibits during closing.
Okay, and now this argument. Okay, yes, it just slows it down. It doesn't change the fact of where the bullet, you can hear the gunfire at. It doesn't change that fact, sir. That is what they are saying, is that your overlay, playing that back, you played the wrong overlay. You played it to prejudice the jury, basically. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past you because you're crying about everything. You just can't take a ruling. I don't know, even you already said all this. I don't even know why this is a motion. I don't understand. I just think it's dumb at this point because the case is already over.
Argument. I said on the record, I am playing this at half speed. When you slow down a video, it slows down how it is played. It does not change how the video is presented. But I want to add something else. Both Mr. Prezemek and I have been extremely clear from the start. It is not when the particular gunshot was fired. What is important is, and this is demonstrated on the video, is that the cause of the incident was not the victim attacking ASAP Ills. It was the defendant pulling out his firearm. That is what prompts, when he pulls out the firearm, that is what prompts the victim to try to hide behind Ills. So the idea that somehow I slowed down or
No, that's the way you perceive it. That you mischaracterize the evidence like nobody's business. And the look on your face right now says it all. You whiny baby. Whiny.
change the video is absurd. I don't even have the capability to do it. What I did is exactly what I said. I played it at a reduced speed, which, by the way, before I did my argument, counsel got up on the other side and he said, I'm going to play this at slow speed, his exhibit. Now, if we go back one step, the defense had an issue apparently with the surveillance videos that Mr. Kozlemick gave them well in advance of this case. After the conclusion of our case, and actually at the end of their case, they actually moved the court, if the court can recall, because they wanted to put in a different video. The court allowed that video in. That video is evidence, our video is evidence. I would finally add that what is said in closing argument is not evidence in the case. What is said in closing argument is argument. The exhibits speak for themselves. And finally, because it needs to be addressed, counsel is apparently in discussions with a couple of lawyers on two murder cases, which I won, where that appellate lawyer is involved in both of them. And he has basically attempted to tarnish my well-deserved 30-year reputation, which the court has commented on repeatedly. There's only been one time in this case.
Okay, you want to sit there and say, "Oh, it's tarnishing your reputation." What does it freaking matter? Like, if you were a legit prosecutor and was seeking the truth, then you wouldn't care what other people say. You'd be confident in who you are. You're gonna have oppositions. That's what the justice system is all about. But you want to sit here and cry baby. You know, you can do interviews too. I mean, you called the dude you told dude he was on steroids right in front of everybody. So let's be honest. You've been crybabying all the way through this. You've been accusing the defense of all this stuff. Oh, well, we just got this evidence. No, you didn't. They've been saying that it's a prop gun event or defense this whole freaking time. But you want to change it. You want to say, oh, they just sprung it on. No, they didn't. Oh, because they had to call in Wally? Oh, that's because of your fault. Your witness, your alleged victim in this case, lied on stand. The only way they could authenticate it is by calling the other person on the line. And then you wanted to cry about that, saying, "Oh, well, they brought in, evidence. It should be a violation." No, it shouldn't be a violation. F all that. F all that. But okay, let's get back to
it. Where a court has found that there was any violation that was not inadvertent, and that did not occur with the people. So let's be clear. When they put in their motion, and there's no reason for it, Your Honor, that they quote a Ninth Circuit opinion, which, by the way, was reversed, not for prosecutorial misconduct, it was reversed for instructional error. But I'm just going to add that Justice Hofstede, who is one of the most outstanding justices in the California court system, wrote the original opinion, found no error whatsoever. Neither did the Cal Supreme Court. Neither did the federal district court judge who looked at the case. And I will just add that in the very Ninth Circuit opinion that they cite, which was a 2-1 decision, If you go to the dissent makes clear in their dissent that in fact, my argument about Joe Giarrusso and the fact that the victim in that case was alone at the time of the murder, the majority felt that because she had dinner with him hours before the murder, that meant she was not alone that night. As the dissent made clear, and as the California Court of Appeal made clear, I was commenting on the fact that at the time she was murdered in the middle of the night, almost beheaded, she was by herself. Now, why that has any business in a motion they filed, you would have to ask them. But I find it extremely interesting that given the repeated discovery violations, which the court has found, given the leaks to the media, which,
Will you
by
bring
the way,
me one,
the
please?
individual who did the interview yesterday, who is apparently Mr. Tacopina's close friend and law school education partner, she is the one who reported an alleged conversation that originally occurred at sidebar. I find it rich that the defense makes these allegations. They are slanderous. They are not accurate. And I've got a 30-year reputation with this court and with my office, which I will stand by. And the minute the court finds that
Stop crying, dude. Stop crying. Like, if you stood on principle and fact, you would not care. Why is he ruffling your feathers so much? Is it because it's truth? You don't like that somebody's exposing you for what you are, that you don't really care about justice, that you just want to make a name for yourself?
I've done anything unethical, I would like the court to say so. I'm going to add one last thing because it's important. The defense was upset because we ended up getting a report from ballistics that was inculpatory. It only would have helped us. As soon as we got it, we turned it over to them. We then made arrangements to get them the evidence. And in fact, we didn't end up doing testing at the court's order because of the timing. The defense was actually given more.
Daniel, thank you. You didn't have to, for real. I appreciate you just coming by, hitting the like, do what you do. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. I appreciate that. I'm going to drop your link. If anybody loves sports content, please subscribe to Daniel Berry Sports. He does all different kind of sporting events. You name it, he does it. And he's he's very supportive. He deserves the support back. Let me go ahead and do that. Thank you again, Daniel.
More ability to test the evidence than we were just because of the time involved. The court found at the time that as soon as we were aware of information, we turned it over. The court is also aware of a second situation, which has not been made public, where we became aware of potential evidence, didn't know whether it would be exculpatory or inculpatory, and we alerted the court to that, and the court ended up making arrangements. Every single issue that we've had in this case regarding discovery, as soon as we find it, we present it to the defense. Finally, the issue with the alleged stipulation with Relly. As the court is aware, and as the court has stated on the record, everybody at the time believed that the stipulation, that the firing range was out of state. That was my understanding when it happened. As the court is aware, numerous times during this case, I offered to stipulate to assist the defense. Many times, as the court is aware, Mr. Tacopina would be standing.
Okay, here we go again with the blame game. If you were really legit about what you say, you wouldn't be crybabying.
Up there, not knowing what his problem was, not knowing what the foundation was, not knowing how to introduce certain evidence. And I would say to him, he would look at me, what's wrong? And I would say, okay, Joe, here's what I can do. And I would stipulate. I made that offer to stipulate because everybody at the time believed that the firing range was in California. The court has already found that the court believed it. We believed it. That's why we offered it. I would further add that the fact that the victim was in California at a firing range 2 weeks before this incident occurred has about almost no relevance or impact on the case. However,
Then why you bring it up? If it has no relevance or impact, blah, 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 then why are you bringing it up? The case is over. It's in the jury's hands, bud.
when aspersions are made that somehow that was kept from them, or that somehow we ended up asking for a stipulation in anything other than good faith, the court has already made its comments. I would request the court to, and I'm asking the court, if the court thinks that anything that Mr. Proslamic and I have done has been a violation of discovery, has been
He threw his glasses down like Relly threw that water bottle. Like he's annoyed. And rightfully so. Rightfully freaking so. Like all he's doing is wham, 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 wham.
unethical, I'd like the court to say so. The court has been very clear that that is not the court's belief. In the end, we made a conscious decision, because it's ethical, not to try this case in the press. You haven't seen one comment from us, not one. Mr. Tacopina's motion, or maybe it's motion, I don't know, communication.
No, you did that because you know that your victim is a freaking liar. And you can't tell me different, sir. That's why you didn't try in the public media and all that other stuff. I don't want to hear all that junk.
Has insinuated that somehow we're talking to a reporter. We know he's talking to a reporter. Let's back it up. I am more than willing right now to go under oath.
No, we're not doing that.
Well,
We're not doing that.
Well, understood, Your Honor, but I want to make sure that my personal integrity has been impugned. I won't stand for it. I am more than happy. You put me under oath, you put Mr. Tacopina. I understand the court doesn't want to do it, but I want to make sure I've offered that. Haven't heard the same thing from Mr. Tacopina. Would love for that to occur.
Hey, Maya. How you doing, hon? Hey, Tammy Lynn. Thanks for coming through.
The door's shut. I locked it. They're just
I'll speak, Your Honor. Okay, because all I've been hearing for the last 10 minutes is deflection here. So Mr. Lewin just asked, deflection. All he's doing is deflecting. So first of all, he asked, why we would raise a Ninth Circuit decision. What does it have to do with this? Someone should ask us. Okay, the question's been asked. Here's what it has to do with this. The Ninth Circuit said that Mr. Lewin lied to a jury. That's why. Here he is saying, "Oh, my reputation."
That is untrue.
I let him speak, Your Honor.
Don't interrupt.
Your Honor, I'm not going to have that kind of personal. Aspersion made against my reputation and character. I won't have
They
it.
take it up with the Ninth Circuit, okay? I didn't say it, they said it.
The Ninth Circuit did not say that.
Your Honor, the Ninth Circuit said there was an untruth that was presented to the jury by this individual right here, regardless of the basis for reversal. That's what the Ninth Circuit said. And the reason we raised it with respect to this is because there's a claim of prosecutorial misconduct. And by the way, let's deal with this in reverse. The stipulation, right? Because that was one issue of prosecutorial misconduct. I just heard Mr. Lewin say that everyone believed that that shooting range was out of state. Who believed that? The witness didn't know that. Mr. Tacopina didn't know that. In fact, did Mr. Lewin know that it was out of state? Did he? Because I find that very difficult to believe, given the fact that it was not out of state. So either one of two things happened, and Mr. Tacopina said this previously. Either one, he knew it wasn't out of state and tried to lie to the jury, or best case scenario for Mr. Lewin, he didn't know and asked for a stipulation. Now, on this point, let me just note, I know that Mr. Lewin apparently,
Slow down.
fine, fair enough. I know that Mr. Lewin,
Slow down.
I know, Your Honor.
Don't throw your glasses, homeboy. I understand you're frustrated. I mean, Lewin gets under everybody's fucking skin. He's an annoying little freak. Anyways, I'm trying not to swear. He's annoying as hell. He crybabies. Like, if truth was really on his side, he wouldn't be crybabying it. You know, it amazes me that these prosecutors can sit here and try these cases knowing that they're full of holes and BS. And they don't get no repercussions, nothing. But if somebody brings it up, oh, that's not true. They're throwing things. I don't see, and you would think the defense attorneys would do that. And they're not doing that. That's weird. Okay, but breathe, homeboy, breathe.
That Mr. Lewin, because he's represented this to other people, is, my understanding, knowledgeable about firearms. He carries them. I find it very difficult to believe that Mr. Lewin did not know that the LA shooting range is not in Los Angeles. So when he's here trying to bolster his own reputation,
I'm going to ask the counsel to not bring up anything personal about what I do or do not do when I'm outside of the office.
Then-
It is absolutely inappropriate.
That's fair.
Why? Because it's unethical for you to go to a man's ex-wife's house that you just put away in jail for murder for the rest of his life. Right? But okay, you want to be crybaby and all that other stuff. It was in the news media. I mean, they only brought what was out to the public. So what? Here you are crying again. Here you are crying again. If truth was on your side, you had nothing to hide, this wouldn't be an issue. But it's okay for you to accuse, Mr. Tacopina fucking, that he's on steroids in open court. I don't think that was ever public. I don't think defaming somebody because your butt is okay. I mean, that's what this whole thing is about. I mean, you brought forth a freaking case where that's all your alleged victim did.
Well, Your Honor, when this individual,
Just
Mr. Lewin,
talk about your motion. That's what I want you to talk about.
well, okay,
If you
Your
want
Honor,
to talk.
oh, I
I've read
definitely
it.
want to.
All 11 pages.
Thank you very much,
Stick to
Your Honor.
that.
Fine. The claim here is one of prosecutorial misconduct, and specifically deliberate prosecutorial misconduct, which is why I was raising these other issues and just responding to Mr. Lewin. With that said, let me focus on the motion. So we didn't raise this issue to distract or try to mislead the jury. To the contrary, the misleading was done by the prosecution. If the court will recall, at the end of Friday's proceedings, we raised this issue with the court and said it appeared to us, looking at the video on the screen, that it was altered. We then asked Mr. Lewin, would you show us the PowerPoint so we could resolve this issue now and avoid potential appellate issues? You would think at a bare minimum, to avoid this very matter, he would have said, sure, take a look at it. Instead, no, he adamantly refused, packed his bags, and got out of that courtroom as fast as anyone could. Now, we then fortunately had the opportunity to look at that video because it was televised on court TV. And sure enough, it was altered. That wasn't People's Exhibit 15, okay? What the video that Mr. Lewin presented to this jury during summation showed was the shot taking place before Relly ran towards Ills. Now, the prosecution says, oh, it's not a significant issue. The timing of the shot couldn't be more significant with respect to the claim of self-defense. Now, perhaps Mr. Lewin doesn't realize that it's an issue in this case when he and the prosecution in general told the jury they only have one matter to consider, which is a prop gun. That's not the case. Self-defense, of course, is an issue in this matter if the jury finds that there was no prop gun. The timing of this couldn't be more critical. So, Your Honor, this has nothing to do with slowing down a tape. That's what Mr. Lewin speaks to. Oh, we slowed down the video. It's not about that. It's about moving the shot a second earlier. That's what they did. And I would just add, People's Exhibit 15, and we raised an issue with this previously. We were advised by the prosecution that Detective Flores is the one who prepared that video. When Mr. Tacopina questioned Detective Flores about it, he said, no, it wasn't me. Even at this moment, we don't know who prepared People's Exhibit 15. There wasn't a proper foundation laid for it. We objected. The court allowed it in. But now, during summation, to alter that video further and present a misleading image to the jury in terms of what happens couldn't be more of an example of prosecutorial misconduct in this case. The law is clear. And in that regard, I would note this. I don't accept Mr. Lewin's assertion. I know the court has spoken to this, but I don't accept Mr. Lewin's assertion that the photograph of the quote unquote bloody knuckles that was introduced was inadvertent. I see him holding a photograph right now. I can assure you that the photograph that was displayed to the jury was not what he has in his hands. It was brighter. It exaggerated the nature of the injury. Unfortunately, they had the weekend to do whatever it is that they did with their videos and with their photographs. But the fact of the matter,
that is a fact. It was a lot brighter, and it made the injury a lot more prominent. He's not lying about that. And here's Lewin, you know, you know, Lewin, you're busted, bud. Like, even I said that. I was like, what are they trying to do? Pull a fast one? Give me a break, dude.
we all saw it. There was a photograph that was introduced to this jury that was not admitted, that exaggerated the extent of purportedly the complainant's knuckles. We don't know because there was no testimony regarding that. Never should have been presented. I appreciate the court swiftly taking action to resolve that situation. But given that that occurred once, and now we have another video that alters what occurred, I find it difficult to believe that it was inadvertent. And in fact, for that matter, how? How could you have a video inadvertently manipulated? It's deliberate action. So, Your Honor, here's where we are. There was a video that misleadingly presented to the jury something that was not People's Exhibit 15.
Mm-hmm.
The only resolution at this point, Your Honor, would be to advise the jury to disregard that video that was presented by the people because it moved the shot to an earlier time than what's reflected on People's Exhibit 15. That's the only solution at this point, to try to resolve this issue and avoid potential appellate issues. That's our request. We briefed the issue, the law is clear. You know, I don't know what more to do at this point, but it has to be addressed to this jury because right now they're in the back.
No, they're not. Not yet.
They will be, fair enough, Your Honor. They will be in the back, having seen the last video in the courtroom, one that wasn't in evidence and misrepresents the timing of the shot. It couldn't be more paramount despite the prosecution's claims that it's insignificant. I know they want it to be insignificant, but it couldn't be more significant with respect to the issue of self-defense, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I just respond to the video portion of it? I don't need to yell and I don't need to have.
Yeah, yes, sis. Yes, it is totally a money grab. That's what I said when I first heard it. It's how can you even bring forth a case with evidence that a alleged victim brings to the sheriff department? How can you bring forth a case when the alleged victim is erasing text messages that show that he was the aggressor? And then for you not to say that there is two sides to this, that, oh, you just have to come if the gun's real or not. No. Even if you feel the gun is real, you can still acquit for self-defense. You can still decide that it was self-defense. I mean, it's just, it is wild to me. Like, anyways, okay. I mean, that's just like the Karen Reed trial, and I'm going to be freaking doing that later. I don't know what's going on with our justice system, but, you know, they love to do this to people, and they've been doing this to people for a long time. They usually put, oh, well, you fit the description, so that type of shit. They used to get people with circumstantial evidence, like a lot of it, you know? I mean, they made the evidence make you look like you're guilty. Now it's a little bit harder, but they still do it. They still do it. This prosecutor is going to be running for DA. He wants to make a name off of Rocky. He does. And that's just being honest. I mean, you know, he has what is his damn name? he didn't get the Ron Spector shit, so he has to throw that out. But he got Robert Durst. He got that conviction, when he was how many years later, like 30, 40, anyways. And then he ends up going on vacation in Robert Durst's ex-wife's house that Robert Durst used to own, which is totally a violation. Even though the case was over, still it just doesn't look right if you're a prosecutor. It makes you wonder, like, was there something nefarious going on before? So all these rights I don't blame him for bringing it forward. You want a case to be tried fairly. You want a case where they're seeking the truth and not trying to push a narrative or trying to make somebody guilty when they're not. I just don't believe in all that. Like, our jails and our prisons are overfilled with stuff like that. I mean, yeah, you got people that can't afford to, search for a lawyer to even take a case on. So half the time they're pleading out, and that just looks better on the state. But when stuff like this happens, the prosecutors don't get nothing happen to them. They got immunity, and I don't think that's fair. I mean, how are we supposed to hold people accountable? Anyways, okay, let me stop with my rant.
Hash out anything else. But as to the surveillance video, all that happened, it took some technical expertise to create that video where one is on top of another, which is not any kind of program that I have access to. So I went to someone in the DA's office who works in our video laboratory that has access to Adobe Premiere and asked her to line up those two videos at the point in time when the
then why lie? So in other words, you just lied. You told them that it was Detective Flores that did the video. So you guys lied. You're caught. Busted. Red-handed. You just told on yourself.
when a floodlight is seen in both videos as a visual cue. And if the court is not following what I'm saying, I can pull up the video and show the court. And that was done with Detective Flores's, kind of in pre-consult with him. He was aware of what was going to happen. We talked about how that was going to.
Tell me again. You went to someone in the DA's office and they did what?
Just ask them to put the videos on top of each other because one video has audio.
But you told the defense that it was Detective Flores that did it, not that we were in consult with Detective Flores and somebody else did it. You told them that Detective Flores did it. This is.
And one captures actually captured the shooting. Okay, so it's the video that we've all been describing as sequenced surveillance video. It just took a special program called Adobe Premiere to be able to play those two videos at the same time and screen record. That was it. That happened well before the trial, and I gave that to defense counsel, and I told them that Detective Flores would authenticate the video, not that he had been the one who.
I mean, look at him. Look at how he's jiggling his hands and shit. Like, oh, like he needs to say something. He just can't sit there and let his partner do the job. He just tried to put a lot of things on his partner, but he won't let his partner just do his job. But he's sitting there like anxious. Come on, you're acting like a little kid, dude. Little kid.
Created it with computer programs. So that was all that happened with how that video was created, and I had asked her to line it up with a visual cue in the videos, which is when a floodlight turns on. That video has not been changed, manipulated, or anything since the trial happened. I have not gone back to the person who created that video or anything like that. So I can tell you And honestly, and this is more from my personal experiences with Mr. Lewin and his technical abilities, I can guarantee you, Mr. Lewin would not have the ability to move the sound of the gunshot in those videos. I mean,
I wouldn't put anything past him. Look at how he looks right now. He's like, oh yeah, we got away with this. I'm sorry. He looks sneaky and slimy and snakish.
so to that issue on whether or not the video that he played for the jury was changed, I can tell you that's the only copy of that video that we've had where the two videos are playing on top of each other. There's only one that exists. It's been labeled sequence surveillance video. It's the one that was played in his PowerPoint. I can't speak to how it came out on Court TV, but I can tell you we did not move the sound of that shot, and nor do we, I think as Mr. Lewin articulated, feel that that is really the relevant inquiry for the jury. We have always argued, I did it in mine and he did it in his closing, that the point in time that matters is when the defendant turns around having pulled the gun, not when he actually fires it. So I just wanted to add that.
But you don't know when he pulled it. You cannot see when he pulls it. And if you're actually really watching the video, because you love to mischaracterize the evidence, if you actually were watching the video, you could see that he doesn't even begin to pull it out until Relly is over attacking Els. You act like, Relly, but in all honesty, he had every right. Relly was following them. They were trying to de-escalate the problem, but Relly kept on following. In other words, leave me alone. So I just think that I Lord have mercy.
Because Mr. Siegel had brought up how the video was created and that we had changed it. That video was not changed as it went into Mr. Lewin's power.
Your Honor,
No,
I could just read this
I've heard enough.
Your Honor.
You filed the motion, I heard from Mr. Lewin, I heard from you,
Right.
and then I heard from Mr. Cruzlone. That's it. No more. That's it. All right, based on the explanation from Mr. Cruzlone, I can say I don't believe anything nefarious occurred here.
Of course.
I don't think anything was altered. Now, what the focus is, or what the issue is with the defense has to do with People's 15, which is the video that was admitted into evidence, and the PowerPoint. People's 15, which the jury has, shows from the time elapsed from the second shot to Rocky coming in contact with 12E is 6.98 seconds. The PowerPoint, which Mr. Krzovic described as trying to put one on top of the other, the sound in addition to the video, the audio on top of the video. That shows that there is 7.98 seconds that elapsed between the second shot to Rocky coming in contact with Chloe. Do you really think, does anybody really think that by showing that video?
Okay, so there is a verdict. There is a verdict. The verdict will be read at what time? At in about 45 minutes. So there is a verdict. It will be read in 45 minutes. Okay, let's finish this.
To the jury in final argument that they would pick up that there was a 1 second difference between the PowerPoint and People's 15, that is virtually impossible. No human would be able to do that. In addition, what is said in final argument and in summation is fair comment. It is not evidence. The jury was told that. As to the hand photo, I don't agree with you, Mr. Siegel. I think it was done by accident. The two photos are almost identical, and it was corrected immediately. The defendant's motion for an order directing the people to preserve its closing argument PowerPoint with regard to prosecutorial misconduct is denied. The motion to request that the court instruct the jury to disregard the sequence surveillance video displayed during the Lewin's summation argument is denied. All right, that's it.
Your Honor,
No,
just one
no,
for the record, I need to take a record on
Not
that day.
quarreling.
We're not quarreling with your decision, Your Honor. We accept it, we understand it.
all right.
Notwithstanding
Say
our
what you want
objection,
to say for a
thank you
moment.
very much. Just quickly, because this is the first time that we've heard an explanation from the prosecution regarding specifically how People's Exhibit 15 was
All right,
made.
say what you want to say.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. So there's been no witness, Detective Floor certainly didn't do it, to authenticate People's Exhibit 15. I don't know who this person was in their office that they just described that made it, but there's been no evidence to lay a proper foundation. In light of that fact, Your Honor, we're asking you to exclude People's Exhibit 15.
No. All right, if we hear from the jury, we will let you all know. We're going to be an hour away.
Can I add one thing?
I think
which
you
is
said, I think you said 90 minutes, Your Honor. You would agree to 90 minutes?
No, if there is any communication, will you all be available by phone?
I will be, absolutely. I won't be personally potentially here.
All right, so the only reason you have to come in is if there's a verdict or if the jury indicates that they are at impasse.
Well, Your Honor, what about if there's a note requesting a readback and we have to sort of,
We call you.
and then how do
And
we?
we'll talk about it. Usually, when a jury requests readback, they'll say, okay, we want witness Jones's testimony about X.
Okay,
What I do and what Kathy does is we find out what the witness said about X on direct, cross, redirect, recross. Anything the witness said about X is provided. But nothing more
okay.
and nothing less.
Do we weigh in on that at all?
Well, of course.
Okay, so how, if we're not here physically, how do we do that?
You do it
We have a
on a speakerphone.
Oh, okay.
Web?
I got that going on WebEx anymore.
Alex knows how to do it.
So we, okay. So someone knows how to do it. So we don't have to be here to discuss the notes?
No.
Okay.
That's the same with questions. If there's a question, they'll read us the question.
Okay.
We'll amongst ourselves.
Alex will take a photo of it and send it to you.
If we agree on an answer,
Okay.
then we end up talking to the court by phone or by WebEx and they do it.
Okay, so we
Generally,
don't-
do not have to be in here.
Alex takes a photo of it and sends it to you.
Okay.
The actual written question.
Good.
All right.
You're so worried about the camera being in there because you're a crybaby. You're a crybaby. Anyways, let me shush.
Your Honor, can I add one thing, which is we provided a clean laptop to Alex for the jurors' use. If the defense wants to go through it, I gave it to Alex. They can do whatever they want.
Thanks, Bob.
There is, if you want to go in and take a look, there's a computer with a projector and a screen.
Could we do that? There's no
Yeah,
conversation.
go take a look.
Their notes are back there and things. right?
What?
The jurors' notes and stuff are back there.
Oh.
The jurors'
Could Alex
books
walk
are
in with us? Just
Yeah,
You're not gonna
yes. They have it. Yes. Just go take a look.
Okay.
Alrighty then. No, I don't want you to be read. Okay. Stop. Okay, so there is a verdict. Verdict will be read at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope that the jury gets it right. I really do. There's an interview that this is kind of what all started. So I do want to play that. Why would the DA give? It's just so they could go over it, make sure like they didn't sneak anything in, because you know how shady the state's being. So that's why they gave it to them so they could go over it. But the state's going in there with them. It's not just the defense, but yeah. So it's for the evidence. Okay, let me. No, thank you. Okay. No, I don't want that. I want. Why is this not coming up? Oh my gosh, you're gonna piss me off. Okay, let me go. I don't care that they're where is it? Come in here. Pause. Thank you. Come down here. Where are you? Where are you? Go here. Videos. Okay, let's see. Oops. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, you dumb computer, you. Okay, we'll watch this one. Just until the verdict comes down. Wait. Whoa. Okay. Let me see.
That Rocky was known, Harriet, by his friends. But I'm okay.
Really? Really? Everything's all, everyone says everything's all good. That's great that everything's all good because I was not having that sound going. Okay. So, Michael, first of all, before we do anything, before we ask you questions, we know you want something. What's the most important thing you want to tell us about now? Because this is your first interview after being gagged.
I hate gag orders. That's what I want to tell you.
No.
I mean, that's like flies in the face of our the First Amendment. It flies in the face of everything. So I just they seem overly restrictive. And look, there's nothing I'm going to say to you that I didn't already say to this jury. And that's the bottom line, right? So we're going to have a frank discussion. And it's, again, this jury knows how I feel. I think it's been made pretty clear. So I feel very good, though. I mean, really, I feel very good. We all know, Michael, Linda, of course, you've tried so many cases. You never know. It's like reading tea leaves when you're trying to understand what a jury thinks, what they're, how they look, what they emote. But I mean, the case went in as well as we could have hoped for. I'm just uber confident. Look, if this were a computer science, this should be a 5-minute acquittal. Unfortunately, it's not a computer science, and you never know what people have as far as biases, motives, and whatever else. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so we have been on this, as you know, right from the beginning, and we reported because we didn't have access to you, but we had other sources that the judge was concerned after the Relly's questioning. That's the main witness against your client. That's what this case is about, really. After Relly's question about the prosecution continuing with the ethics going on, and I think that may have something to do not only with the questioning, but I want you to discuss with us the shakedown. Did you ever tell the prosecutor office, the DA's office, that your client, what this was a shakedown and they continue to go forward? That's my first question. That's A. Number B, did the prosecution in writing ever acknowledge that the judge told them that there may be an ethics issue? I don't know if you have it, if you can tell us what it is. If you don't want to tell us what it is, it's fine, because we're going to ask the DA. Yeah, well, good luck with that one. Good luck getting an answer from the DA on that one. There is one, there was one part of the gag order still in effect, and it has to do with a particular sidebar conference that we had regarding questions that you're asking me right now. In that regard, I can't really speak to anything the judge said at a sidebar during Relly's testimony. But look, I don't think it takes a rocket science or even a veteran courtroom observer to understand that maybe was the worst witness in the history of American jurisprudence. I mean, he imploded. He was combative on everything, but more importantly, he admitted to perjury.
he actually said to me, yeah, I lied to you under oath because I just wanted to get out of here. I didn't want to answer any more questions. I mean, that was one of the greatest ever. He gave us 4 answers to one question. Yes.
I have to agree with him on that. Like, he definitely, definitely. He was one of the worst witnesses I've ever seen on the stand, besides Jennifer McCabe in the Karen Reed trial. He was very combative. He wasn't forthcoming. Any of the witnesses the defense brought forward, they weren't combative. They answered the questions to the best of their ability, even though they were being attacked by the freaking DA. All sorts of stuff. So I do agree with that.
Maybe. So that was literally, and I said to him, okay, just pick one for the jury, just whichever one you want, just pick one for the jury. It was just, he threw a water bottle, he cursed, to the judge, by the way. It was just like, whoa. And I had to keep someone said, I'm reading one of your comments there, I had to keep my cool and remain. That was the hardest thing that's ever happened to me. For me to be able to keep my cool with that parasite on the witness stand, because I wanted to really just verbally assault him, aside from the physical aspect of it. I wanted to verbally assault him and just slice him up. But, that would be playing down to his level. That would be feeding into what he wanted. And he was really a volatile human being. And that's what I wanted to portray, right? I mean, here's a guy and think about the setting. You have a judge, a jury, bailiffs, sheriff's deputies, cameras.
He definitely played in his hands. That is a fact. He definitely played in his hands. Like, if he acts like that in open court, where you're supposed to really mind your P's and Q's because it's court. Oh crap, I gotta charge my battery. But you gotta mind your P's and Q's, and if you don't, you get sanctioned or you get contempt of court and stuff like that. Like, seriously, if he can do that in open court, imagine how he is in the street. Imagine how he acted with ASAP that day, with Rocky that day. To where Rocky did feel like he had to pull out his firearm, prop or not. But anyways.
And he's acting hostile and violent and volatile. What does he do in the dark of night in the street when he's alone? And we were painting him as the aggressor in this case. So he played right into that, boy.
Let's talk about Relly real quick.
Before you talk about Relly, we named you, our chat has named you ASAP Taco. Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard that. Honorary, Rocky told me that. I was pretty happy about that. So.
Honorary member of ASAP. So Relly, clearly the witness in the case for the prosecution, right, Joe? And as you suggested, to say the least, it didn't go so well. So when you're in that role and you see this is their case and it seems to be imploding, you get a little confident, maybe overconfident. I mean, how did you feel at that moment when this guy was finally done?
No, overconfidence is the last thing that ever happens to me. I'm not even, look, that witness was eviscerated. I mean, people commented, and I can't tell you all who commented, but people inside the courtroom commented about his lack.
He was eviscerated. He said he was eviscerated. Oh my gosh. I haven't heard that word in a couple years. There was a troll on YouTube that used to go around trolling people, and then he would write in his titles that he eviscerated somebody, and it was kind of funny. And he didn't even do anything, but yeah. But anyways, okay.
Of credibility, and whatnot. I mean, there was no question. I mean, the guy, again, he admitted perjury to the jury. He admitted lying. He said things were fake that weren't fake. It was clear it wasn't fake. He got caught lying about shooting guns.
Right. He lied about the freaking tape that he was on, saying it was AI. That they had to call in this other witness that Lewin keeps on crying about, that it was late evidence or late discovery, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. No, it was only late discovery because they had to bring somebody in that was on the other side of that phone call is all. Like maybe if your witness didn't lie, your alleged victim in the case didn't lie, they wouldn't have had to do that. But you're not about seeking truth. You just want a conviction. You want a name for yourself.
Guns in Los Angeles a week or two before the incident. He
That's
got caught on
crazy,
that.
too.
Said it was fake at first, then it wasn't fake. I mean, again, other than his name, I don't think he told the truth. I mean, his tongue is a stranger to the truth, and I don't even know if his name is the right name. So for all I know, he lied about that too. But the bottom line is, without him, see, the prosecution then realized what was going on, and they try to make the case. Well, we don't need Relly. As a matter of fact, in my list of 10 questions, which was ignored completely, one of the things the prosecutors asked the case detective, the lead detective, Detective Flores, was, well, without Relly's truthful testimony, can you still establish a shooting occurred? And the detective's like, yes, you can, period. No, not without any explanation. Well, then I get to, thank God, do cross-examination. I said, well, let's unpackage that a little bit. When you say yes, you can without Relly. So take Relly out of the picture. So no shell casings that he, conveniently found 2 hours or an hour and 45 minutes after the incident, after 7 police officers searched for 20 minutes in the exact same location with searchlights and couldn't find.
That's what's crazy to me is there was 7 officers, each searched in different locations for 20 minutes, which equals 148 minutes total. But yet they didn't come up with not a hair, not a defect, nothing. They came up with absolutely nothing. But you got Relly that went over there hour and a half, saying with his girlfriend, but yet, first he's on camera, first he's not. He doesn't even know who's who and what's what. Like it's pretty sad. It truly is sad that he can't tell the truth for the life of him. He just can't. And it doesn't look good on him. It absolutely does not look good on him.
On any shell casings, he comes back an hour and 40 minutes later and happens to find them within 2 minutes. Boom, he bends down and they're right there in the same location the police were searching. We have video. So without his testimony, can you establish a shooting? Well, Detective Flores made it very clear. There's 3 things in this case without Relly. There's the video by the parking garage. There's the video of the buggy video, the grainy video that you can't really see what's going on the street where the actual incident occurs.
Exactly.
And then there's the sound from one of the Nest cams you hear of what appears to be 2 shots. So I said to Detective Flores, the case detective, the first video by the garage where it appears that Rocky's pulling out what appears to be a gun. I said, can you tell if that's an operable gun? He said, no, from the video you cannot tell. So that could be a replica gun. Yes. Okay. Boom. That one's gone. Second video. Do you even see a gun in this video? Do you see any evidence of a shooting in the video alone? Well, in the video alone, no. Okay. Well, that's what we're talking about. The video alone. Nothing, right? No. So that one's gone. Now, what do you have left? The sound, he said. The sound of a shooting. Well, there you go. That's pretty powerful evidence that there was a discharge. And I said, the sound of a shooting, pop, pop, is what brings it all together for you, he said. I said, right? And he said, yes. I said, okay. So what can make that sound of a shooting? He said, a gun. I said, and? And he said, and the replica gun, the starter pistol. I said, boom, exactly. So with that, that's the 3 pieces of evidence without Relly, none of which could prove beyond a reasonable doubt or even beyond, a preponderance of the evidence that is an operable gun. Case over. So
Yep, that's what they did to the case.
It's the way it should have been. And they shouldn't have allowed that in. I mean, the bullets in. There's no chain of custody on that evidence. Anyways.
Okay, now I'm going to go back to this whole issue then, because I have been big on this. That tape that Relly had with Wally, right, where he said that he needed to get a lawyer he wanted $30 million. It was cash, if I recall. He'd go on an island, go on the beach. They wouldn't be able to find him. But he needed to get the lawyer to get a bag, like a bag man, because of not, it's called extortion. And I've been really big on that I think that's a real ethical problem. And I'm going to ask the prosecutors about whether they had ethics counsel on that. So, but I want to ask you, do you and Rocky, if there is a not guilty, even if this comes out bad, intend to file ethics charges against the DA, given there's another federal court opinion that reversed a murder conviction because of his outrageous misrepresentation?
It's a fair question. Ultimately, that'll be Rocky's decision. right now I want to focus on just getting the right verdict at this point and not worry about, whatever is going to happen afterwards, collateral sort of issues. I've been very obviously disappointed in a lot of things that's happened in that courtroom, by way of, this is not a game. It's not a contest to see who wins.
Right, exactly. It's not. And hold on. Hold on. I think that they're coming back right now. Hold on. Let's go back. I'll have to come back to that interview. Oh no. Wait a minute. Are they playing with my emotions? They're playing with my emotions. Never mind. Let me go back to where I was. Jerks. Hello, I hate this.
Whatever is going to happen afterwards, collateral sort of issues. I've been very obviously disappointed in a lot of things that's happened in that courtroom, by way of, this is not a game. It's not a contest to see who wins. When you're a prosecutor, I used to be one of those.
So was I.
Right, I know you were. So, I mean, it's you have a different type of power there. You have a different type of responsibility. It's not just the civil case where you just want to win. You have to also balance a lot of things, a lot of factors, doing justice, making sure, you're proceeding in a way that's right and proper. I've had some issues, obviously, but I don't want to really get into that now. I'm not looking to rehash everything that's happened in that courtroom. It was unfortunate. It shouldn't have happened, but, quite frankly, I've never experienced that in my life. I've tried 120 jury trials. I've never had what's happened in this case happen in any other case in my life with a prosecutor, or an opponent, an adversary.
You acted like a baby.
When I was a prosecutor, even it's been strange brew, to put it mildly. But on the other hand, when I'm representing someone the way you are, Linda, I take it very personally. I take it very personally. They become family to me. And when you represent someone in a matter of importance like this, and their lives are on the line, and not the death penalty, but their liberty certainly, and their family's well-being, I take it personally. And when I feel like someone's not playing fair and not shooting straight, I will do whatever I need to do to protect that person. And if that means being as aggressive and as I need to be, I'll do that. I'm not going to let people take advantage of people that I'm representing in a matter of importance like this.
Yeah. It's if you don't get personally involved, maybe you shouldn't be handling the case. Maybe somebody else,
100%,
right?
100%.
So,
do you want to go? Do you want me to watch that right now? Let me go back. Hold on. Hey, bro, how are you? We got a verdict in for the Rocky case. Should I go back and watch that one? Should I stream that one? Right, he should totally. That's what I think too. Okay, let me go. Let me do this. Let me see what they're doing. I didn't think that he would be on. Let's see. Live.
Where they can, and they really have help. Like, they sent me that, and I was like, whoa, I Googled it to make sure I'm not wasting anyone's time before I sent that over to the defense. But once I saw that, and Google kind of gave me enough of an inkling, I'm like, okay, this could actually be legit. We sent it on over, and then I was on the phone with my dad really quick, and then he's like, God, I'm going over there right now. And I'm like, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Hopefully this works out. And
it became a huge,
that was a big
huge
win.
issue. Yeah, it was a huge issue in the case. So good for you. You got the legal work in your blood.
This morning, I saw it runs in there. It's deep, but it's in there. I saw this morning the thing with the loon too.
I'm really trying to be consistent. I mean, the only way I can do anything with my channel is if I do something about it. So yeah, I'm gonna try. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be very good at it, but at least I'm trying. Shit.
I don't want to comment on it, but
Yeah, we're not gonna let you comment on
what
it.
what they proposed is true. There could be only two things there: either you knew or you didn't know. The stipulation was still asked for, and this guy's like trying to take the let's go high ground and keep constantly saying how unethical the defense has been. I don't know,
It's
a
just
little hypocritical, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
little
Not
bit.
Blessed Mom,
biased, just
Blessed Mom from Texas. I just love you all. Love, love, love this channel. Praying for a not guilty. Thank you, Blessed Mom. From Texas.
we
Thanks, bro. I really like, honestly, I'm really trying. I don't know how well I'm gonna be at this, but at least I mean, you can't fail if you don't try, right? And a part of failing is learning. So yeah.
we all are. We all are.
Yeah. But we did ask your dad what happens should the worst happen and Rocky gets convicted of one or two of the charges, and he's already got plans. He said he's got appeal issues because
Oh
as a
yeah,
good
we
trial
went over.
lawyer- Go ahead.
Yeah, I went over that with him. I never want to talk about the negative, but obviously there's a world where it exists. So I wanted to just kind of understand
Especially when you're dealing with the human aspect. Like you don't know, like everybody that's covering this case may see it one way, but you don't know what the jury's actually thinking. They could be totally, I mean, like the Karen Reed trial, there was tons of us that thought she would get not guilty just for the simple fact it was reasonable doubt. A lot of people agree with the conspiracy, which is cool, whatever. But there was so much reasonable doubt in that case, and they came back a hung jury. So who's to say this one? I truly hope that they get it right. I mean, even the YSL trial, just because one person got off didn't mean like everybody else was going to get off. So, you never know because the human aspect, this is the way I look at it. We were all born with two eyes, but not the same view. So we don't know what their view is until we get a verdict. And to have 12 people sit in a room and all come to a consensus or an agreement or whatever is really hard, because if your mind's already made up, it's hard to persuade somebody to think the other way. You get what I'm saying? That's why it is so important to look at both sides, not just what you want to see. Like you look at both sides, you see what's good for their case, what's good for this case. This case was just bad all around. And that's only my view. Some people think, oh, well, no, because any way I look at it, even if it wasn't a prop gun, it's still self-defense all day. He doesn't have a case. He doesn't. And I think it's a money grab. He went for money first. Why would you, if you really wanted justice and you wanted, you felt like you were done wrong, you wouldn't go for money first. That would be like the second thing you go for. And you would only go for money for compensation, stuff like that. Like this world is so money hungry. It's sad. And at the time that he was suing Rocky was only worth 20 million. Well, now he's worth a lot more because he's the face of Gucci and Dior and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so much writing in this case. Okay, but back to Mr. Tacopino's son.
situation a little bit better. Like, hey, I feel like a pretty strong case for the appellate. And he said, oh, yeah, we do. We've been working on some stuff. I can't disclose anything, obviously.
No,
but
no.
I don't think it's going to come to that. I don't think that's going to be necessary. But if it is, I think they have a pretty strong case there as well. So
Yeah, good lawyers always
I think
have
we have some
somebody.
chances here to.
Good lawyers always have somebody who does appeals, making the list of all the issues as they go along, or has appellate counsel sometimes even in the courtroom listening. So that's what good lawyers do. And your dad is a good lawyer. As was mentioned in the courtroom when Mr. Lewin refused to mention my name in one of the arguments this afternoon, I do teach with your dad, although we've never been in the same teaching group. There's 100.
That's crazy. Like he went, oh, they were there. They went to high school and all this other stuff together. They said that they were work colleagues. Work colleagues. But Lewin wants to make it like, oh, it's a biasness, and he's telling all the secrets and all this other stuff because they know each other. No, I really think he held a professional courtesy to Lewin and didn't, and kept with the gag order and stuff. But he wanted to cry because, Joe is a public lawyer. He talks about cases all the time, his, others, all that stuff. Like he's a legal analyst on TMZ and stuff like that because he does represent a lot of celebrities and stuff.
34 students, you divide the 6 groups. It's the same week, and we're all, we all do our students and different things, and so you pass in the. As I said, you may have lunch at a table when they're teaching us, because we as faculty get taught as to what we have to teach for that day. And it's rush. But you don't get to be invited there unless you are a good lawyer. And of course, he's a good lawyer. And as I said to you, your dad's always been a gentleman. So, and that, the people around, there's a lot of people around who know your dad in New York, in the United States, in California, in the courthouse, in the elevators. There's peoples all over the place,
All over Europe too.
Europe too. Wow.
We've had
wow.
Actually really quick, unrelated to law. I just have to share a story because the most boggling thing that's ever happened to me with him. He has a status that's a little bit larger in life at times, but he he has his soccer teams that he's involved with.
He owns one, doesn't he?
He does, but this was a past team. We were in Bologna, and I was probably 15. I was there with my friend. We were walking back from dinner, and a man who had a
it's like they need, like, okay, quit putting these celebrities on a pedestal. Like they're better than anybody. They're not. They're human. At the end of the day, they make mistakes just like everybody else. The law applies to them just like anybody else. And for prosecutors or attorneys to make it seem like that, they got this higher power and all this stuff. No, they don't. Because you want to know who runs them? Their boss, which is record labels or agencies, stuff like that. Acting agencies, commercials, all that stuff. So brands, they have to work for somebody else. They don't have all this higher power like they say that they do. And putting them on a pedestal, you make that they think they do. And they're not. They're human. At the end of the day, he's a great dad. She's a great mom. Yes. So what? That in her career, because she is talented and she has her own brand and stuff like that, that she is a billionaire. But just because she's a billionaire doesn't mean that she doesn't have to answer to somebody. It's just ridiculous. They don't have this power to say, oh, blackball him, and they're blackballed. It don't work like that. Like, if you get blackballed, it's because of your own actions, not because somebody said, oh, I don't like him, so blackball him. No. The problem with Relly is, okay, Rocky's made a name for himself. Barry has made a name for himself. Ferg has made a name for himself. 12's made a name for himself. Even Ills is Rocky's hype man. I mean, that's making a name for yourself. And the only one that hasn't really made a name for himself, or has made a name for himself because he likes to pimp out his fucking girlfriend, really, he is the only one you don't hear shit about, but you hear everybody else's name. So he's upset because he wants the money that Rocky has earned, that he's actually gone out and done the work for. He wants that money, and yet he doesn't want to put forth the work that Rocky has. That's not okay. Just because you can't make a name for yourself, Rocky gave you a helping hand up, or you gave him a helping hand up, doesn't mean he has to carry you all the way. And when you come from nothing, you can't take everybody that came from nothing with you. You just can't. Because this is the type of crap that happens. They get jealous, and then they find any way that they can con artist or weasel their way through your money, stealing your money and going into your assets, certain stuff like that. Lying on you if they get in trouble, all sorts of stuff. You know, I mean, that's what Tupac said. He said, a stranger ain't going to do you dirty. Who's going to do your dirty? Your friends, the ones that call you their friend.
Full arm cast, like in a sleeve, drops to his knee from my dad, grabs his hand and says, "Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You are our God." And I say, "Okay." What's going on here?
setup. What's the
Oh,
deal?
goodness gracious.
What's going on here? My dad's like,
okay, you are our God. But everybody, could you please hit the like, share the live? I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm trying to grow.
"Hey, buddy, get up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, get up. And I said, whoa.
Yeah.
We got 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes till verdict read.
Is that what it's like over here? So
Yeah.
that was obviously a little different. Soccer is a religion over there,
Yeah.
as you could tell by that reaction.
Your dad was a
That's something
savior
that
for
will
that
never
team.
leave my mind.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did nothing for
If you had one thing to say to your dad
So-
right
He's
now,
starting
what
to
would you
break up.
say to him?
Break up.
This, you don't overthink anything. When you look back and you tried this case, if justice is going to prevail, this should be a walk in the park. Non-guilty.
That's what I say. Not guilty.
And I know you're gonna
Rocky
tell
just
him you
walked in.
love
I better
him,
hold
right?
on. Let me go
No
back
matter
to.
what.
Let me go to
course.
Law and Crime. I hope I didn't miss it.
Of course.
Hold on. Law and Crime. Law. Is this it? Are we live? Ooh, we got camera. We got camera. Oh, I'm so nervous for Rocky. Oh my God. So nervous for him. Let's go. Right, Dolly Poo. I don't get it. Like he is so jealous and so whatever. Like it's not even funny. But I guess Rocky just walked into the courtroom, so we're waiting to see what verdict is. I should have did a poll, but I don't know how to do a poll. But everybody let me know. Do you think he should get not guilty, guilty, or not guilty by reason of self-defense? Well, what does everybody think? Oh, I'm so nervous. And I'm not even in this case. I'm nervous for his family. I'm nervous for everything. Like, so much is riding on this. Like, I hope I didn't miss it. I don't think I did, though. This better not be like delayed. It's not. Okay, people are scaring me. Not guilty. That's what I think. I think not guilty. Even if they think the gun is real, I still think not guilty by reason of self-defense. But I really hate this what do you call it? This the chat, Long Craig chat. They look to like throw you off and say, "Oh, well, this stream's behind. You missed it." No, I didn't miss it. Quit throwing me off. But yeah, I really hope that he's found not guilty. We're just waiting for them to come through. 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. I think they're just waiting for everybody to get there. I didn't think that they were going to take all day, but they did. They did. Oh, goodness. This is crazy. Come on already. Hurry up. Okay, kitty. I truly hope that they find him not guilty because I don't know. I don't know how you can't look at this case and see that it is it's a money grab. I feel like it's a big time money grab. He was jealous. He wanted Rocky's money. He couldn't make a name for himself. He felt like Rocky had to had to carry him. But anyways, yeah, let's hope that they find him not guilty. That's what I'm going for. Not guilty.
Thank you, Queen.
But yeah. Let's see, what time is it? 2 more minutes and then the verdict shall be in. The verdict shall be in. Come on already. Come on. Move the camera. Let's go. Get the show on the road. Hurry up. Let's go. Let's go. I need to take a brief intermission, but I'm afraid if I take a brief intermission, I might miss it. I have to use the restroom. Come on. Come on. It's 4:00, but they're never on time. Okay, I'm gonna let me play some music or something. Let's see.
Turn me up, AV.
Oh wait, I better not do that. I better just leave it like that, because just in case they come back and I'm not back from the bathroom. But yeah, let me do that. I will be right back. Give me a few seconds. Hopefully they don't start reading it while I'm gone. Oh my God. I need to pee. Get away. Get away. No. No. You want up? You want up? No? Okay, up here. Oh no. Come on. Okay, now I can play like music or something, because while we're waiting. Let's see.
Yo. Rap in with rap.
Why can't I never hear? Why are you so low?
Pretty eyes, titty thighs, we know makeup, and she still fine,
Okay, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I guess I'm not playing music. I guess my internet wants to act up. I won't have this issue tomorrow, which is great. Come on, give me something. I think tomorrow I will do the Karen Reed motion trials, or the motion hearing from today. I got a lot to talk about that case. And then I'm going to be looking up to see what other trials are going on. I'd like to I don't know. Let's see. Stop it. I don't know. Anyways. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. Come on. Come on. So yeah, I really hope that the jury got this right. I think the prosecutors just whined throughout this whole case. Didn't want, because Joe's a public he does a lot of public interviews. I feel like it's just not. No, never mind. I just feel like he tried to stifle him. He's crying about what he did in public. Well, I mean, what he does outside of the office. Well, you better talk to other reporters about that, because it came out through other reporters, not because of Tacopina. Tacopina didn't bring that out. But what other people brought out, other reporters brought out, he just brought what was already public. So just because he's got a bigger name than you, and you're scared about his reputation, doesn't mean you need to crybaby through the whole thing. You know, you're not going to win every case. You're not going to win every case. And if you're not about seeking truth rather than just getting a conviction, then it shows. It always shows. You never can take a ruling. That's like Love. Miss Love was the same way. She would cry baby. She wouldn't take a ruling. She would fight with the judge. All that, you know, and it's not cool. It's not fair. Anyways, I mean, I just think if you're really if you really are seeking justice, it wouldn't matter. It would not matter. You wouldn't have to cry baby. You wouldn't have to throw temper tantrums and act like you're two. You know what I mean? Like, so we're just waiting. The verdict is in. Verdict is in. We're waiting. I don't know if we're waiting on the prosecutors, because I heard Rocky's already there. So I don't know if we're waiting on which counsel we're waiting on, because the jury's already there. They didn't go nowhere. So I don't know who we're waiting on, but we're waiting on somebody, the judge, somebody. We're waiting on somebody. I think the judge stays there as well. So I don't know. And the prosecutor, his office is in the court. So, or they have probably like a separate building like ours. Ours, they're not in the courthouse. They're a separate building across the street from the court. But they're still right there. I'm nervous for Rocky. I just really hope that that they got it right. I hope that they got it right. Oh, I'll be so glad when this is not messing up. The verdict is in, baby. So yeah. There's a few things that Rocky, shouting out in the middle of court, but hey, it happens to the best of us, you know what I mean? Come on. Come on, baby. We're just waiting on whoever. I don't know who it is we're waiting on, but we're waiting on them. I know that Rocky entered the building. I don't know if Tacopina entered the building or not. They didn't say anything about that. I don't know about the prosecutor. They just got to wait for everybody. But most of them should be there. I can understand Tacopino not being there, but and Lewin, or not Lewin, but the one dude, because he asked if he could go home while he's waiting on the verdict. So I wonder if Rihanna's there. She's been there every day though. Of course she is. I mean, that's her man. For Lewin to even try to bring that up, I just think was bullshit. You wouldn't do that with a regular person. Come on, jury. Yeah, right. Well, the jury's there. I don't think we're waiting on the jury. I think we're waiting on the DA, probably the DA, because he's such a crybaby and he knows. He probably knows. Yeah, I know. And they tried to bring that up. I don't like that. He wouldn't have done that if it was a regular person. Stop. The only one that brought Rihanna up in this case was Lewin, was the prosecutor. First opening statement, bam, they had to bring up I hope not guilty, Jordan. I really do, bro. No, Rocky's already. Oh, they're getting a quickie in. Well, they might be getting a quickie in the courtroom, anyways, because Rocky's there. But waiting for the judge. Yeah, we're waiting for the judge. We're definitely waiting for we're waiting for somebody. I don't know who it is, but we're waiting for somebody that needs to get in that courtroom and read this. Come on, let's go. Chop chop. Dang it, you can't be on your time. You got to be on our time. We want this now. I know that's right, but it was a big deal. The funny thing is they made a big deal about it, but it was a big deal in 2022, 2023, after his arrest. He was bailed out, and then they said that they went off and got married. It was in TMZ or some shit. I can't remember where I seen it, but I heard about it. And they were like, no, they didn't want to say she's his partner. What's it the jury's fucking business if they're married or not? Because even if they're married, her $2 billion was her $2 billion before she got with Rocky. And it's actually $14 billion. But you know what I'm saying? That money is her money. Dumb. And it just makes Relly look worse by them bringing up, them having all this money and stuff. Well, what's dude doing? Asking for money and saying he's going to run off to the islands. I think they did. I don't know. I don't know what their motive was, sis. I have no freaking idea. But they need to hurry. They need to freaking hurry. I hate being nervous like this. And I'm not even the defendant. I couldn't imagine. No. I can't imagine. I don't like getting lied on myself. So having to sit in the courtroom being lied on, or somebody like mischaracterizing you and shit, and you're not being able to say anything would be crazy. Right, sis? Like, that's how I get with all these trials, because I get invested. I get invested. Like, I don't really get invested if it's a guilty verdict. Like, oh, they're already, like they proved their case. But it's these non-guilty ones that I get nervous for them. I do. Like, like I'm them. I'm living vicariously through them. There we go. I should ask my brother, hey, bro, what is it like to stand in front of like 12 people and have them judge your life? Well, Relly was like, what? Make him stop staring at me. Well, what do you think this is? Right. We all need to get paid for emotional distress. I couldn't be on a jury. I don't think I could. There's just something about, I wouldn't want to judge the facts of people's lives. Like, because what if I get it wrong? Then I'll feel bad. You know what I mean? That'd be on my conscience. I couldn't do it. Unless it was like adamant. True. Like they're in kindergarten. Like, just, well, make him stop looking at me. Well, he has the right to face his accuser, dude. Like, that's what he's here for. That's dumb. Oh. Really? Oh my gosh. Did you have to deliberate, sis? Jesus. Okay, so I got called for one. It was a mother that unalived her 18-month-old daughter. And but she pled guilty before we even started, so that was a good thing. But I was pregnant at the time, but I didn't know I was pregnant at the time, and I was told I couldn't have kids. So I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be a good trial for me, because I'm kind of salty. Like, how could you do that to your baby, type shit. So, but yeah, she pled guilty, and I haven't been called ever since. But I've had to deal with somebody having to go to court and get justice. I've been on that side. That's where you're like, why is everything wrapped around the defendant? Why shouldn't it be about the victims? But now I totally understand. Like, they have a right to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So I keep up her meds faithfully. Oh yeah. I'd be on my anxiety meds real quick. Like, I should have took my one pill that I'm supposed to take before this today, because I knew that there was going to be a verdict, but I don't know why I get like this every time. Get like this every time, like it's one of my family members, but I've been on the victim side. I haven't been on the perpetrator side. That's why I said I need to ask my bro about that. But yeah. I bet. Oh, I bet. Oh yeah. I don't know. Weighing somebody's life in your hands, like, jeez, hats off to the people that do it. Jury duty is not easy. And because, I mean, shit, I was there for, my little jury selection, but she pled guilty before anything. And you go through a rigorous, like, test before you even get approved to be a juror. And then what sucks is, okay, you're on the jury, but you don't even know if you're the alternate, Now that would suck. Say you get selected for the jury, and then you're the alternate, and you just sat there for like, say the trial went on for 3 months or whatever. You wasted all that time, and you can't even deliberate. Like, that's kind of a slap in the face. Like, you don't trust me. But yeah. Come on. Here, it's 420. Smoke them if you got them. Shit. I wish I had them. Now that's tough. That is tough. A bench trial. A lot of people say like they wouldn't want somebody, a judge, a judge deciding their fate. I think, but then there's some lawyers that prefer it. But it's really up to the defendant. That's crazy. What the judges decide? Guilty or not guilty? Well, that's like that that Barrios. I think that's his last name. Barrios or Barrios. The one that unalived that college student. He had a bench trial. He didn't have a jury trial. And he found him guilty, the judge did. How many other? There was another bench trial that just happened too. She was found not guilty. In Massachusetts, she had a bench trial. They tried to say that she unalived her ex-husband after an argument, like it was her fault that he had a heart attack or some shit. But anyway, she was found not guilty. Oh wow, yeah. It's crazy. It amazes me when you have like all the evidence stacked up against you. Like, why do it? Like, if you know you're guilty, why don't you just take accountability? Hell, there's some people that are guilty and they still get off. There's people that are guilty, not guilty, and they go to jail. I mean, the human aspect is so wild to me. Like, everybody like on YouTube and whatever could be like, oh yeah, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty all day long. But then a jury will find him guilty, and you're like, what? Wait, what were they watching? Like, because they see things in a different way. I mean, they're seeing it in person, whereas, and they get more facts of the case than even the public does. So we don't see so we're clueless. We don't know why they did what they did, but we're not them. That's why I think more people should do interviews about being on the jury, because that's the only way anybody's gonna understand. You don't know what the process is. Like, you don't know. Excuse me. You don't know the process. You don't know what they went through, if there was bullying, if there was whatever. So yeah. Come on already. Golly, like I feel like I missed it or something. I feel like I missed it. Like, what is taking so long? I mean, we're 20 minutes in. Hello, Judge. Hello. hope the judge is oh. Now that would be funny. Hey, internet, don't be fucking up now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, sir, ma'am, sir. Sir, ma'am, sir. Okay, let me get this off the screen. Where the heck is it? Come on. Where are you? I don't know why it does that. No. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. But yeah, man, come on, judge, jury, whoever the heck you are. You know what else I hope that they do? I hope that they stream his civil trial. I hope that they stream the civil trial because I so want to see that. I have never seen an alleged witness. I have never seen them freaking sue an attorney for defamation because they're defending their client. Oh, you're waiting? Yes, Jordan. You should. Yes. This case is absolutely bonkers. I mean, just watching the attorneys go back and forth was like worth it. It was a very entertaining trial, even though somebody's life depending on it shouldn't be entertaining. I understand that, but like them two going back and forth, oh my gosh, that was freaking hilarious. I enjoyed it so much. It was like not two little kids, because the one tried to hold their composure, but the other one was just a whiny boob, wouldn't take rulings, claiming to be unfair, all this stuff. While the other one, is like, okay, judge, like, I mean, he was even complaining early this morning, which is funny to me. Like, oh, well, he did a live stream and with somebody, an interview with somebody, and he's putting me down and da da da. And in all honesty, I don't think he really put you down. Like in that interview, he could have gone all in. All he said was he's never been objected to so many freaking times in a closing argument. So he said he attacked your witness. Yes, he did that. And Jordan, if you go live after this, I'm definitely going to be there. You already know I'm going to be there. Right, sis. Come on, chop. Let's go to the liquor store. Yeah. Shut up. Don't ever compare me to Judge Judy. I mean, I like her. I mean, she's ruthless, but still. How are you, bestie? Come on with the verdict already. Jeez. I don't know what's taking so long. Lewin's probably jerking it a little bit before this is read. Oh, I can imagine he's gonna throw a fit. He's so gonna throw a fit if it comes up not guilty. I could just see it now. He tainted the jury by his interview. I'm sorry, my bad. I don't know why I find that funny, but it's funny. Come on. You know what? I'm going to tell you a fun fact. What's up, James? I'm going to tell you a fun fact. Guess what I wanted to be when I was growing up? The OJ case. Well, the judge looks like he could have been on that case. Well, except for he's an old white man, but besides the point. Anyways, yeah, guess what? There's gonna be no guesses. Like, guess what I wanted to be when I grew up, when I was a kid. And I'll tell you the reason why I decided not to. Any guesses? Any guesses? No guesses? Why are you saying you're bad? You didn't do nothing wrong. Any guesses? Any guesses what I wanted to be growing up? No guesses? Okay, fine. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted to be. You want to know why I didn't become one? Because I didn't want to have to lie. I didn't want to have to lie. But yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer. And then I wanted to be a forensic scientist because I just love the aspect of people being found with, just like little samples of sweat, stuff like that. Yeah. It's all good, James. Hell, we're still waiting on them to roll in. We're still waiting. Yeah, they need to borrow your electric wheelchair because you know what? They told us verdict at 4:00, and here we are at 4:30. I was thinking about the wrong case. No, it's hey, you're in the right jurisdiction though, bestie. You're in the right jurisdiction. It's still California. It's still California. But I don't know what's taking so long. Like, it's probably Lewin's in there throwing a freaking fit, saying, Judge, I don't want this to happen. And they didn't take long. I mean, they took too long and all this other stuff. We're waiting on the jury, the prosecutor, somebody to get the heck on in the court so we could get this verdict read. We're waiting on somebody that's in the courthouse that's not in the courthouse. That's what we're waiting on. The judge, I don't know, the prosecutor winking it a little bit before. I don't know. I don't know what the heck we're waiting on, but we've been waiting a long time. I mean, shoot. Like 10 minutes before, they already had this going and stuff, and I thought I missed it, but I didn't miss it. Then we've been sitting here waiting ever since. I think we're waiting on paint to dry at this point. Right. We do, bestie. That's what I keep on saying. I'm like, they're playing with my emotions right now. They are playing with my emotions. I'm not even on trial, but let's get to it. Let's mother effing get to it. Like, come on, what's with the promptness? You guys are right in the same building or right next door in the same, close by. Like, it shouldn't take you all this time to get in the courthouse. I mean, we got things to do, people. You're wasting the jury's time. The jury's probably like, okay, we said we had a verdict like 2 hours ago, and you guys are making us wait? Like, come on. This is why people don't want to be in the jury, because you like to waste their time. Look at those emojis. Let's go, James. Yes, let's go. James, hey, can you give the dang jury their panties back? They need to pull them up for this verdict. They need to pull up for this verdict. Okay, I'm losing it. My emotions are getting the best of me. I gotta stop. Let me stop. And another reason, this is why I couldn't be an attorney, because I don't have no freaking patience. They need jump. Let's go. Let's go, bestie. Let's go. We could be a dynamic duo. Judge Pretty Eyes Judy and bestie Judge Champ Mathis. Let's go. Oh, well, see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, come on. They need to pull up. You need to give those panties back so they can pull up. Let's get this over with. God, I don't think we waited this long for the YSL verdict. My goodness. I mean, shoot. I guarantee it's probably the prosecutor. Hello? Okay, I'm back. I don't know why my internet's acting like this. Maybe it's because I changed internet providers. I'm supposed to have fiber optic. I'm hoping like I'm not having to pay out a fortune for everything, you know. I need to get monetized. That's what I need. I need to be monetized so I can get that YouTube money to pay for all my bills. Since YouTube is holding me out, they're my pimp. Like I have to pay them money to use all this stuff. Anyways, let's do it. Let's go, bestie. Yes, let's go. You already know I would enjoy doing the show with you, but you won't let me. You said you're not a YouTuber. Did you go with Hunter Internet? No, I didn't go with Hunter. Hunter, no. Why is it going to sleep? Oh wait, that's his dad. No, I went with fiber internet. I don't know. I don't know who it's with. Probably freaking that Nazi loving mother effer. Let me stop. But I don't know who it's with, but it's fiber. That's all I know. That's all I know. I think Court is on Hunter's internet. Bang that gavel, baby. Anyways, come on. Hello. I feel like knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. We're here. Like I'm in your peephole. Let's go. Why am I so hyper? I am so freaking hyper. I better stop. See, I told you my anxiety gets the best of me. Like I couldn't be a lawyer. You know? Right now, I don't got no fiber in my diet. But we'll see tomorrow. We'll see how it acts tomorrow. It better act right. And so I'll be like, what am I paying $90 for? I want a refund. Give me an effing refund. $90 for this shit? F out of here. And I got this speed so I could like do uploads and all that great stuff. But I need to get an editor. Like my kid don't want to do it. My kid's so good at art and stuff. My kid don't want to do it though. I'm like, geez, I'll pay you money. Like, why? Look at pee hole. No, I'm in the pee hole. Ooh, that's what he said. I'm in the pee hole. Well, I thought like we were gonna get to it, but I guess not. Like this is a bunch of BS. Like I don't understand. Were they meaning like we're not gonna do it till 5 o'clock? Like what a waste of the jury's time and money. Like you're a dill hole. This is a bunch of crap. There, my pee hole is bigger. They on something. They on something. Like they're just not on my time or your time or anybody else's time. They on their own motherfucking time. They need to hop to it. They acting like a bunch of rich fucking white men. Like they on their time. They fuck all us. We're peons. Fuck. They don't care about us. I don't really know, but they don't really care about us. Come on. Okay, my you saw my IG, right? Where's the laptop? It's up my booty. No, the laptop's right here. I'm using it. What are you saying? I need a replacement because I'm ugly? It didn't come in making me beautiful. I'm just kidding. What? No, the laptop's here, and like I don't have a seat or anything, like a place that really I can sit, but on my bed. So it's on my bed. That's where the laptop is. I don't know if that's what you mean. I have no idea. James, just ignore me. My anxiety is going through the roof. This man, I would be making inappropriate jokes. I would be doing all sorts of shit if I was in that courtroom. Like, I mean, you can tell like they're aiming to please because normally it don't take this long. Or normally it's not this long. But they're playing with my emotions and they need to hurry up. I got a new one. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it like Blue Bonnet. I got it just before I lost the Super Bowl. And now people are making videos of me, which is kind of funny. I laugh at it. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. I'm really trying. Like I'm trying to be a big YouTuber. I'm trying to make some extra income. I'm trying to hustle, baby. Hustle. Why not do it with something that I really enjoy doing? And since I can't behave, I could never behave in a courtroom. This is my next best thing. Because I would be going off. Like they would be. I treat court like it's football. I mean, everybody's waiting. Like, how come I only got 8 people in here? Because I suck. Just kidding. So it would take me time. Man, I am gonna get to my 1,000 this year. I am gonna be monetized by the end of this year. I have goals. And I really hope, like, the more I do it, the better I'll become at it. Public speaking is really hard for me. Like, I'm a writer, I'm a very introverted person, so like writing is my thing, not not talking publicly. But I'm really about social justice and stuff like that. I don't like people being done wrong, and they've done it for far too long. Ooh, that rhymed. That rhymed, champ. Bestie, did you hear that? Yeah, I am. I am. I hope. Like, sometimes I'm going to be able to collaborate with people, stuff like that. Like, because I find it more interesting when you have more than, another person, because we all are not going to see the same thing, and sometimes, like, yeah, you got your chat, but sometimes, like, people don't type in your chat. Like, they're not, they just want to watch. They don't want to type. So, and it's much easier for me to, like, speak about what I really feel and stuff like that when I have somebody on the panel with me. Like, it's like I'm not talking to myself. I really hate that. I really hate that I'm like that, but it's just really hard for me because, like I said, I'm a writer. I'm not a public speaker, even though everybody has a voice and everybody should be heard. And I think a lot of people feel like they get silenced. Okay, sis. A lot of people feel like they get silenced, and I don't want that. Like a lot of people that do verdicts and all that stuff, like, they don't open the panels. They don't do call-ins. There's only a very select few that do that. And I feel like, of course, I'm not gonna. It's not me giving somebody a voice. I want someone to be comfortable enough to where they could let their voice be heard. Thank you, bestie. Did you hear my little fucking rhyme? I'm a poet and I know it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I there's so much that I see in this world that I hate. I hate seeing in this world. I hate. I mean, I hate when people aren't treated equally, and I could say hate because that is something that I really do. I despise it. I don't like when other people want to either put somebody else up on a pedestal and not themselves. We should put ourselves on a pedestal. We should feel like we're number one. Whether we have talent, whether we're in the public eye, whether we're stay-at-home Nancy, we're silent Marge, you know what I'm saying? Like we should always put up. I mean, we should always feel like we're the superstar in our life. We're number one. Yeah, it's okay to, like, say, oh, I want to be where they're at one day, but never want to be them. Like, why would you want to be somebody that you're not? And that's putting too much pressure on you. That's just the way I look at it. I don't know. I think that we were all made different for a reason, but at the same time, it's a beauty thing and not supposed to be a hate thing. Like, we shouldn't hate each other because we're different. We should actually learn from each other. Because in the end, we're more alike than not. But like I said, my motto is we were all born with two eyes, just not the same view. And the only way we can understand where the other person's coming from, or their way of thinking, their way of life, or who they want to be, is by asking questions. If we don't ask questions, we'll never know. We're always quick to judge, even though, it says in that book, thou shalt not judge. I'm not bringing up that book because, yeah, YouTube has an issue with it. So anyways, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we do so much that book tells us not to do. we do the exact opposite, and I feel like we shouldn't do that. Please don't salute me, Jordan. Never mind. Salute. Hey, he could. Never mind. I won't bring up that joke because that's bad. I mean, he could have did you like Elon Musk. Fucking sick fuck. Okay, that's my joke. Let me stop. If you're gonna get sick, could you please get off my bed, puppy dog? Oh my gosh, they're taking forever. What if they read the verdict not on air? What if he said, okay, we're not gonna read the verdict on live? That would be such a butthole move. But I go, what is taking so long? I have never seen them take this freaking long to read a freaking verdict. Give me the verdict. It's my money and I need it now. It's my verdict and I need it now. Yeah, where is the verdict? Fudge. Like what? You got to go to outer space to get it? I mean, chop. I mean, here I'm just rambling on about dumb stuff, and people are probably like, yeah, I'm not subscribing to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and she's a lunatic. She's sitting there going crazy, and it's not even her verdict. Well, I've been waiting, man. I've been waiting, baby. This is a bunch of crap. Absolutely crap. I'll put a song out. No, he has played it. You missed it. You missed it. He just hasn't gotten the intro yet to freaking put his song together. But he plays it. You just haven't heard it. But I've heard it. I've heard it. And he doesn't play it when he does his his gaming streams, and that's the streams like he's been into lately, except for like this last few times. But he's played it. He's definitely played it. I think that song's fucking good. Anyways, I should go to my email and freaking find it and play it, right? I should upload it to my freaking thing, but I was like, no, I won't upload it for my background music because that's not my song. It's Jordan's, but I freaking love it. You already know I'm your #1 fan. We jam out to that. He just needs an intro. We're waiting on an intro. He's had some real life stuff going on. Cut him some slack, champ. Cut him some slack, bestie, please, bestie. Oh my gosh! Wait, why is this not going? And why is it not going? Hold on. What is going on? Like, I can hear the voice. What is going on? Are they bringing in the thing? Come on, let's go.
run the record with all jurors present, all parties and counsel are present. Juror 9, you are the foreperson? Yes. And it is true that the jury has reached verdicts? Yes, Your Honor. On both counts? Yes, Your Honor. All right, you have a verdict with you? Yes, Your Honor. All right, could you give those to Deputy Bennett?
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh, Rocky man. Facts, and they're not paying the jurors what they're worth.
All right, what we're going to do, folks, is Deputy Bennett is going to give the verdict forms to juror number 1.
Just read it!
Juror number 1, I want you to look at the verdict forms, and I'm going to want to know whether these verdict forms reflect your true. Juror 2, I'd like you to look over her shoulder so you can review the verdict forms. And I want to know from you whether these are your true and correct verdicts. Once I've heard from both of you, give the verdict forms to juror number 3. Juror 3, look at the verdict forms. Juror 4, look over her shoulder. So ultimately, I'm going to want to hear from all 12 of you whether these verdict forms reflect your individual true and correct verdicts. Everybody understand? Right.
Well, this is different. Why is it like moving so slow? Oh.
Juror number 1, are those your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 2?
Yes.
Juror 3 and 4? Juror 5 and 6? Juror 5, are those your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror 6? Yes. All right, let's get it. The verdict form. Juror 7? Juror 8, look over your shoulder.
Oh,
Juror
oh my
7,
God.
correct verdicts? Juror 7?
Yes.
Juror 8?
Yes.
9 and 10?
Poor Rocky, man. This, come on. You're like taking forever, Judge.
11 and 12.
He's all side-eyeing him. Oh, my God.
Juror 11?
Yes.
Juror
The
12.
way he looking.
Have stated that the verdict form.
Oh, dude. Rocky, come on.
Alex, read this.
The Los Angeles Superior Court, County of Los Angeles. People of the State of California versus Joaquin Mayers, case number BA 508142-01. We, the jury of the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the
Oh, no, don't fuck up now. Let's go.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Oh, shit. Don't fuck up. Oh my gosh, quit buffering. Come on.
Hold down, hold down.
Oh, he's got tears in his eyes. Come on.
Verdict has to be read up. Yes, sir. Read again, we, the jury.
Oh my God. Come on.
Above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of
Yes! 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 Both counts! Let's go. Let's go, Rocky. Yes. Yes, baby. Yes.
My automatic firearm in violation of veto.
Fuck you, Relly, you damn. Anyways, let me stop. Oh, they got it right. Yay.
Code section 245 says B. They found instructed count one of the information.
Oh, why is the internet acting up?
18th day of February 2025, jury seat number 9.
He about to go. He don't, bro. I ain't never seen anybody do that. He has tears in his eyes and everything. That was amazing, like, dude.
The jury,
Two,
and they want
James.
the title action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers. Not
Both counts, dude. Both fucking counts.
guilty
Thank
of
God. Yes. Fuck you, really.
in violation of penal code section
It was two.
245 subsection B.
Oh my gosh, why is my internet acting up? Is it because everybody's online? This is a bullshit. Hey, internet.
A felony is charging count 2 of the
Thank God I'm getting fiber tomorrow. Jesus. Maybe that's why my internet's acting up, is because I gotta change it.
Juror seat number 9, 4 person.
That is crazy. What are you doing? Anyways, that pisses me off. Hey, bro, where's Jordan? Jordan, are you in here?
During this
Jordan.
trial, I watched you periodically.
For real, James. Like I hope that they freaking live stream his civil suit. I hope. It's off the work we go. I hope that they his civil suit. I hope I really hope that they live stream it, because that would be dope as fuck. Hey, I didn't swear all throughout this damn thing. I can't help it.
Which is to give both sides a fair trial, pay attention, use your common sense, apply the law, and base your verdict on the evidence.
Let's go,
I know
Rocky.
you took extensive notes, and you took this as seriously as any jury could. We cannot have jury trials without both sides.
Let's go, Rocky. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy. Like, and it has nothing to do with that. I know it's buffering.
So, you certainly have my gratitude.
Oh, it is? It's buffering on all channels? Okay, thank you, Jesus. How about time?
I want to extend to you my best wishes. Again, thank you.
The jury got it motherfucking right.
The admonition to not discuss the case no longer applies. You can talk about.
I would love to hear from the jury. I would love to hear from the jury. I would. I want to hear. I hope. Please.
The case with anybody you want to.
Please.
If you don't want to.
The civil suit. If they don't drop the civil suit, I want that shit televised. I want it televised. I want to watch it. I gotta see if my bro's stuck in my head. Oh my God, I want to see it all. That was the best verdict ever. You're not supposed to nosedive in a courtroom, but hey, shout out to Rocky. I probably would have done the same
Your
thing.
badge is with you. Thank you again.
Look at him. Aww. What the hell? It's not me, right? Sis, it's not me. Is it me, sis, or is it them?
Take your badge is with you. Thank you again. You are excused.
Everybody remain seated in the public. We're gonna let the jurors walk up first.
I wonder if Nick at Night's live. Hold on. Let me see if Homegirl's live. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for him. Nick. Oh, that was totally wrong how I spoke that. Nique. NIT. Let's see if she live. Yeah, is she live? No, that's shortly. Well, where the hell is she live now? Come on, girlfriend, are you live now? She's in the courtroom, so let me go here. I had to go down.
Of the ASAP
She's
Rocky
so
trial. This was the day of closing.
Okay, let me see if she's live right now. Maybe Megan is. I really don't like her, but hey. Oh my gosh, why can I not see? This is crazy. GHAN. There we go. She's live right now. I can't believe he fucking FaceTimed like that. Oh my god, Rocky, like I'm still shocked. That was the oh, I was checking to see if my bro's live. That was like the best reaction ever. God, what is YouTube like fucked up, or is it me? It's got to be me. Let me see. Is my what's my internet at? Does it tell me? This is some bull crap. Yeah, it's all dark. Well, F you too. Okay, I guess I'm done. I guess it's telling me I'm done. That's bullshit. Anyways. So they will settle before. No, he's not settling. He's James. He's fighting it. He says that he didn't shoot at him. It was a prop gun. That's really doesn't have a case. This was all a money grab. He ain't settling. I guarantee he ain't settling. When okay, that was that was the best freaking reaction in my life. I ain't never seen. I mean, I've seen guilty parties or family members dive at the guilty parties or them take a run for it, but never have I seen an innocent, exonerated man jump in the crowd like that. He had tears in his eyes and everything. That was amazing. It sucks that my internet's fucking up. That I couldn't give a proper freaking reaction to that. But that was amazing. Bro, are you going live? That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Are you going live about this? I don't know how to redirect people. I wish I knew how to redirect people because I could redirect them over to you. Jordan, put your link in the chat. If you're going live, let's do that. Oh, his lawyer? I don't think his lawyer is going to settle either, James. I really don't. Because Not about this. Oh, well, okay then. Well, maybe somebody wants to watch you play the game. You already know I'm coming. Shoot. I thought you wanted to talk about this, but hey, but we could talk about it while you're playing the game. But that was amazing. That was the best ever. Like I ain't even hating. Like that was the best ever. I hope he doesn't get fined for that shit because that's a no-no. That's like a contempt of court type of shit. But no, okay, James, back to you. Let me stop because so James, so his lawyer, how is it defamation when you're defending a client? Like, okay, you get to bring these allegations on, but I can't respond. How is that defamation? You get what I'm saying? I don't think his lawyer's going to settle. I think it's a frivolous lawsuit. It will probably be dropped before it even goes to trial. But if they do go to trial, I want it to be live streamed so I can live stream it. But yeah, I'm excited. Like this year, I am doing things. Like I'm doing the Karen Reed trial. I'm doing YSL part 2 should be starting sometime next week, I believe. We got the Yak Gotti goes to court. Then we got the Karen Reed, and then we got YNW Melly. There's just so much. Yeah, that was my thing, James. Like when I was looking at the lawsuit, I was like, how can he go after him for defamation? Because everybody has a right to defend themselves. And yes, it may, but okay, maybe not the legal aspect of you trying to extort somebody, but you were trying to extort him. That is extortion. Calling you a liar? Yeah, everybody. I mean, if you're going back and forth in court, you get called a liar. Rocky had to sit through you calling him a liar. Rocky had to sit through you telling him all this stuff. But you want to act like you're the only victim. You're not doing anything to Rocky. You're not trying to ruin Rocky's career. And that's exactly what you said on that phone. Is you're trying to knock him off his fucking high horse and let him know like he isn't the man. He's not who he thinks he is and all this other stuff. Like you said on that phone. That phone call was just whatever. But I think tomorrow, if somebody does an interview, and I hope somebody does an interview, I hope one day I'll get big enough and, they'll want to interview with me because I would love it. I love law. I love the law. I love the system. I don't like the system. The system's flawed. But I love the aspect of, I don't know. Anyways. I'm about social justice, and this was amazing. I'm so glad that the jury's seen it like us, and they exonerated him. Lewin could take that and suck on it, and he's probably gonna cry and hold his pillow tight tonight, or he might call up. He might call up the guy they put away for unaliving his neighbor. He might call his ex-wife and call for a quickie because he needs to get rid of some Let's go. But possums aren't mean, they just act mean. I want a possum for a pet. You can tell I'm white. I want pets that aren't pets. I want pets that shouldn't be pets. Anyways. I don't know why this eye looks like it's like closing. They are? Who's doing it? See, I really want to watch that. But my internet's fudging up. Who's doing this so I could look it up real quick? Let me get this. Hold on. That's City Nash. Are they doing it? I bet. So I'm watching this. Nick at Night. That's what I was just looking at. So I'm watching Justice Served, and I have a feeling that they're gonna have his attorney on it. So let's what I mean. I hope so. Let me do Nick at Night. Let's see. What the heck? Sorry, YouTube cameras. I'm doing something. Okay, there's no jurors on that one. Nothing there. I don't know why they don't just show like her channel. Like, that pisses me off. Why? YouTube needs to quit taking my subscribe away. Thank you. I don't know how many times I've subscribed to this girl. Right here? Right here. What, babe? What, sis? Let me just share. Let's see, don't laugh. I'm trying to be brave. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, come on. I don't know why my internet's acting like this. Come on. F you, dude. Is it because I'm like signed in on everybody?
DJ Cali voice, pretty hot. Met a little shot on this show called BDP, you know what I'm talking about? Shit. We been cool ever since, my nigga, you know what I'm talking about? put your eyes on me, yeah. Like the spotlight. Recognize me showing love, done got my grind right. Ain't never since day one the love been on sight. And since you got my back, I got your back for life. Yeah, pretty honesty. Know just what it is, I got it on me. Hey, you hold me down, you like my homie. Just know I got you down, just what it gon' be.